The group Anonymous recently sent out a message warning people and officials that the release of genetically modified mosquitoes may not be the best idea. Members of the group said that there's definitely advantages with modifying mosquitoes. For example, they're said to reduce the spread of infections, and that these new mosquitoes will mate with existing wild mosquitoes. And because their genetic makeup is different, it means that their offspring won't survive, and that wild populations that are considered a pest will decrease dramatically. But the group also noted that these Frankenstein creatures may pose an undetected threat to not only humans, but also Mother Nature, saying that they may develop new unknown pathogens that could be harmful to humans. The project wants to reduce the Aegypti species, saying that they are responsible for most of the spreads, and that residents complain about them being pests. On May 1st, the US Environmental Protection Agency granted an experimental use permit to Oxycontin, the company behind the mosquitoes, to release them into the wild. While officials have said that this is fine and that they won't have effects on people, residents close to the release area aren't sure how to feel about this, with Anonymous saying that these genetically modified mosquitoes could damage the ecosystem, and may actually create a super durable hybrid mosquito that is resistant to insect repellent. According to Oxitec's website, the company said that when first releasing these mosquitoes in Brazil, they received positive results. The company has also said that the government has signed off plans which will allow them to release these mosquitoes in Texas. Researchers know that it's only female mosquitoes that bite humans, because they rely on blood to produce their eggs. So the idea behind the release is that the modified males will produce with the wild females. The males who are genetically modified will carry a protein that will stop the female offspring before they reach maturity. The current model that's been revealed is that over 750 million modified mosquitoes will be released over a 2-year period. Anonymous members, along with local residents around Florida Keys, have voiced their concerns about the release of these mosquitoes, with 237,000 people signing a change petition. The petition reads as follows. Right now, a British company named Oxitec is planning to release genetically modified mosquitoes into the fragile environment of Florida Keys and Texas. The company wants to use the Florida Keys and Texas as a testing ground for these mutant bugs. Even though the local community in Florida Keys has spoken, we even passed an ordinance demanding for more testing. First, Oxitec is trying to use a loophole by applying to the FDA for an animal bug patent. Now the hot potato has passed the EPA, and Oxitec is at it again. This profit-driven biotech company wants to release more than 50 million genetically modified mosquitoes per week, and this is into both Florida and Texas. These GMO mosquitoes could pose major risks to fragile ecosystems, like the Florida Keys and Texas, and may pose risks to public health and safety. Once again, Oxitec wants to treat people like human experiments. Even though the EPA doesn't have enough information about the environment, health and even indirect economic impacts of these insects, it might give Oxitec the green light. Over the past several years, we all raised our voices to help stop what could have been the first release of millions of genetically modified mosquitoes in the United States. But now we need to stop this non-consensual experiment again. Tell the EPA to not approve the GMO mosquitoes. We do not consent to being a human experiment, and we do not want GMO mosquitoes. Over 30 local physicians have created a petition to ask for more evaluation of the risk of this GMO mosquito, and the possible development of antibiotic-resistant risk as a result of this experiment. These GMO mosquitoes are created with E. coli bacteria and other ingredients. This is very premature technology with very little information. A lot of questions need to be answered. The CDC notes that Oxitec trials are not set up to test for disease reduction. If the experiments go forward, there would still be enough non-GMO mosquitoes in the environment, including in people's homes and backyards, to spread diseases. Even the head of the Cayman Islands, which recently rejected GMO mosquitoes, has said that GMO mosquitoes will not be a solution for fevers that pose a risk to human life. This is a medical intervention without consent. We need real solutions, not GMO mosquitoes. Oxitec applied to the FDA and it took years to decide, and now a huge overwhelming opposition has spoken. Now Oxitec applied the mosquitoes as a pesticide, with very little information on the release to the public, and to scientists for doing a proper evaluation. British biotech Oxitec has not been very transparent. In the data including reduction of percentage of mosquitoes, survival rates, lifespan and more females per percentage. This is very concerning because in the new experiment, we are talking over 50 million mosquitoes per week, 7 days a week, which will equal to billions of GMO mosquitoes between Florida and Harris County, Texas. The data of the government of Cayman where these GMO mosquitoes has been released is very different from what Oxitec has been claiming. A lot of questions need to be answered, including the solid evidence of the environmental effects in nature, public health and safety. We need to stop the experiment. If it goes forward, it could mean that these mutant mosquitoes could be released at any point against the wishes of locals and the scientific community. We need to make sure that the EPA does not approve Oxitec's patent. Nearly all experiments with genetically modified crops have eventually resulted in unintended consequences. Superweeds more resistant to herbicides, mutated and resistant insects, and also collateral damage to ecosystems. A recent news story reported that the monarch butterfly population is down by half, and this is in areas where Roundup-ready GMO crops are doused with ultra-high levels of herbicides that wipe out the monarch's favourite plants. What about our native species of Florida key bats? Are there any studies being conducted to see if these mosquitoes will harm the native bat species? Why would we not expect genetically modified insects, especially those that bite humans, to have similar unintended negative consequences? So what do you make of this announcement? And do you think they should be releasing genetically modified mosquitoes into the United States? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.